So carrying on from some of this basic waveform stuff, I want you guys to start thinking about the possibilities with these sounds and what you can do to change the characteristics. So we had a sine wave, which was the most simplistic form of sound. I'm going to play it for you again to remind you. That's it there. We've got also the multi-scope here, so you can see the waveform in real time. You've got the waveform in the actual project window too. If I come to the equalizer, we can see also a spectral analysis of the sound. So 20 hertz on the left to 20 kilohertz on the right hand side. That's a range we can hear as human beings. So I'm going to turn on some distortion now. Distortion can be used to add extra character to the sound. There is some heavy theory behind it, and I'll go into that in a nice, easy to understand way in the future. But for the moment, let's just say here, distortion. So this adds extra character to sound. If you've got a dull sound and you want to make it sound more interesting, stick some distortion on it. You don't have to have loads, it could be a small amount, and you may have seen some of my other videos talking about that kind of raw underground drum sound, and that was using distortion. Alright, so let's have a look. I'm going to show you this in context. We're going to do a little magic trick. We're going to turn a sine wave into a square wave, or a very close match to the square wave. So here we go. Using distortion, I'm going to take this, I'm going to do some adjustments in real time, and I'm going to play it. I'm going to turn the effect on. So we can already hear there's some extra character to the sound. We can see on the spectral analysis here, the waveform's a slightly different shape at the top. Now watch the top of that waveform as I increase the boost. Now this may be known as gain on another distortion. You see what's happening? So all the way with the boost, I'm going to open up the tone, and I'm going to increase the amplitude at the display here so you can see. So there we go, very close to a square wave, and that's because of the distortion. Let me just get a little bit more on that tone, open that right up, and it should be even closer. There we go, pretty much square wave. So the distortion adds extra character to the sound, and you see those spikes. I mentioned that before. There are specific dimensions, between them that are related to other frequencies, and that's creating that texture. So I want you guys to just really start thinking about this. We've got our source waveforms that we can use, and then we can add character to them, and of course with filters we'll be taking stuff away, but that's later on down the line with these lessons. The thing is that you want to check out some of the other videos on my channel, in particular the Cubase mixer, the Cubase 7 mixer video. You'll see how saturation can be used to add some really nice extra texture. So this is all related. Distortion, saturation, overdrive, these are all adding extra character to the sound. So just a little kind of rule of thumb: if you want to make something sound a bit more lively, consider adding some distortion, but bear in mind that they all sound different. Okay, so different plugins are going to have different characteristics. Some of them you're going to find you like more so than others, and in fact don't feel your idea of what's good is going to be the same as what somebody else thinks is good, because everybody's got different ears and different tastes. Alright, so have a play around with some distortion on a simple sine wave or a very simple sound that you've got on one of your productions, and just see how much extra life that can bring. Don't feel you have to go all the way with that boost. Just a very small amount can be just you need sometimes to liven the sound up.